It's been about 2 weeks since 95-year-old Belva of Mountain Home disappeared. Thank you for joining us tonight. I'm Faith Woodard. Since then, law enforcement and volunteers across the state have come together to search to bring her home. THV 11's Maya Ellison shares more on their efforts.
We know it was her. Sighting with a photograph would have been in Jeep, Arkansas on February 6th.
It was that photo that circulated across social media. That prompted Mountain Home Police to activate a silver alert 3 days later, leading thousands across the natural state to search for 95-year-old Belva Day.
We've had a total of 4 aviation searches for her, 2 state police helicopter flights, a local Baxter County helicopter flight. There's been a fixed-wing flight that was, I think, arranged by the family. We've had state troopers drive all the possible routes, looking off the sides of the roads and ravines.
Investigator Sam Seaman is leading the case in Mountain Home. He says every day since Mrs. Day's disappearance, it has been a mystery.
It's just like she just disappeared into thin air, and that's been the challenge. There are so many possible routes. After Jeep, Arkansas, where she was last seen on the 6th, you just go down the road a few miles and you already have options to turn right, and then you have options further down the road to turn left.
Members of the community have stepped in, going as far as driving a route they believe Mrs. Day could have taken. A Facebook group titled The Search for Mrs. Belva Day currently has 9.3 thousand members, all sharing information of possible sightings and descriptions of her car and license plate.
She has no cell phone. Her vehicle doesn't have OnStar, and she also doesn't have debit or credit cards. So she pays for everything in cash.
That's Lindsay Busick of Chaos Divers. After learning of Mrs. Day's disappearance, she and the team traveled to Batesville near White River.
So with the White River being in between those spots, there is the possibility that Miss Belva could have kind of gotten back around and ended up going back towards Batesville and skirted around the camera options that would have captured her.
Their next 2 stops will be Oil Trough, where they are now, and Newport. Using sonar technology, they hope to check off every box in the search for Mrs. Day.
We're looking for the shadows of her vehicle
and support the community efforts to bring her home.
There are people who don't know her. They're out searching. That's what it's about, is doing the right thing because it's the right thing to do and asking nothing, wanting nothing in return.
Maya Ellison, THV 11 News.
All right, thank you, Maya. Chaos Divers will be searching again tomorrow before returning in April if nothing is found. If you want to help, Investigator Seaman suggests taking photos of any possible sightings for law enforcement to assess their credibility.